Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox's analysis of the 3 new GTA trailers. If you haven't caught the trailers yet, hit the link at the bottom and then come back for all the details you might have missed. The first of the 3 trailers is Michael, who, in spite of the fact the game has 3 playable characters, still feels like the driving force in the story. He's an ex-criminal who is in witness protection and now lives in Rockford Hills, the game's equivalent of Beverly Hills, with his family, the game's equivalent of the Osbournes. The first thing to note is that the song for Michael's trailer is Queen's Radio Gaga.
What do you want, Michael?
I don't know.
We've known Michael spends a lot of time in therapy, but this is the first time we've had a proper look at his therapist, a sort of Eric Bogosian looking dude.
I want something that isn't this.
This is that red convertible Sentinel that we saw in trailer 2. It looks like this will be Michael's main car. Expect to find it parked up in his Rockford Hills house on a regular basis. That's the voice of Michael's daughter Tracy. Could this be the most accurate portrayal of fatherhood in a video game ever? This is his son Jimmy again. Check out the reference to Softly Softly Catchy Monkey from comedy show The Office. Just a subtle reminder that in spite of the setting, this is still a series made in Britain. There's also a rock radio poster suggesting that will be one of the stations you can listen to in game, and posters for bands called Sorry Commode and Anguished Cornhole.
I want to be a good dad.
Tracy, meanwhile, is partying on a yacht in front of Santa Maria Pier, the game's take on Santa Monica Pier. Look closely and you'll see her friend in the red bandana is playing with an iPhone-style phone. Dan Houser has already said that the cell phone you'll be using in-game will be a more modern touchscreen device.
Love my family. Live the dream.
Michael's wife Amanda is doing yoga here, specifically the chaturanga into upward dog move, yoga fans. I know you're out there. Yoga has already been confirmed as one of the activities you can perform, though we suspect it might be one of the character-specific activities that have been mentioned, as we can't see Franklin or Trevor getting involved. Each character will have 2 or 3. Michael doesn't just have a television, he has a projector. We'd be arguing over the remote too with the size of that screen.
Why do I have to?
This is Vespucci Beach, inspired by the real-life Venice beach. Could that be a skate park in the background? Will the physics be good enough that you can take a bicycle in there?
Hold your hand through this whole midlife crisis bullshit.
Tennis is apparently playable, according to the Game Informer article published a few months ago.
Come here!
As if Michael's midlife crisis wasn't bad enough, it seems his wife is cheating on him with this chap in the fetching underwear. Wonder if he's the pool guy.
Don't kill him!
Driving through the Vinewood Hills, check out Michael's license plate. It says Crystal. Could that be a reference to a female character? It would seem strange given that his wife is called Amanda and his daughter is called Tracy.
But at the same time, I really want the other stuff too.
The other stuff Michael is referring to is his previous life as a criminal. He's living in witness protection after cutting an unconventional deal with the FIB, Grand Theft Auto's version of the FBI. That's why he's so loaded. It seems his family issues and midlife crisis are the things that drag him back into crime. Robbing money trucks is one of the procedural missions you'll come across as you cruise around the game world. Like Red Dead Redemption, there are going to be optional objectives that pop up as you traverse the environment.
And you're plainly addicted to chaos.
Well, I'm not sure that's true, Doc.
A punch-up in a car dealership complete with a Hummer H2 inspired vehicle in the background. Golf is a playable activity and there's a full golf course in Los Santos. From the computer and magazine boxes, this looks like Jimmy's TV that Michael is trashing. The box to the bottom left of the television looks like his games console. Perhaps we'll see playable games within GTA 5 like we did in San Andreas.
I'm rich, I'm miserable. I'm pretty average for this town.
Holding up this jewellery store is likely to be a smaller version of the heists that have been talked about as a big part of GTA 5. Interestingly, all of the guys in balaclavas seem to be white, suggesting Michael will have accomplices other than Franklin and Trevor, probably the same 2 guys seen jumping out of the van in the first trailer. Why is the Vangelico sign on the glass door facing into the shop though? Even we can't explain that. This helicopter chase looks incredible. As an ex-military pilot, the flying is left to Trevor. We've already heard you'll be able to switch between the 3 characters at key moments during heists, and we reckon we'll be choosing Trevor for any airborne escapes. Oh, and the building in the background is the spitting image of the Westin Bonaventure Hotel in LA. This is actually a mission you'll be performing on behalf of the FIB, and all 3 main characters will be involved. You're breaking into the IAA headquarters, the game's equivalent of the CIA, to kidnap someone. As we've seen, Trevor is in charge of flying the chopper in. Franklin is set up on an adjacent building with a sniper rifle covering it, and Michael rappels down the building in order to smash in through a window and grab the target. Talking of sniping, we have no idea who this poor sod is. Sadly, the door texture on this jumbo jet looks painted on, suggesting we won't get to fly it ourselves. Still, where exactly are you planning on going? Back to Liberty City? This car looks to be a Super GT from GTA 4, inspired by a modern Aston Martin.
I think you need a new therapist.
There's that therapist again. Could it be a story technique like The Sopranos? We already know you'll be dropping in on characters during their daily routines when you hit the switch button, so this might be where the bulk of Michael's off-mission story progression happens. They're certainly making a big deal out of therapy. Later on you'll hear that Trevor has a therapist as well.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga.
The second trailer follows Franklin, a mid-20s repo man and gangbanger who Michael describes as the son he always wanted in trailer 2. Franklin's trailer is set to J-Rock's song Hood Gon' Love It. I sound so street saying that. Check out that advertising blimp a la the Goodyear blimp. Hope it's pilotable. Also, there are two cars that featured in GTA 4 visible. The Buffalo, inspired by the modern Dodge Charger, and the Vigero, inspired by an old Chevy Camaro muscle car. Franklin's job is to repossess cars when the buyers default, so expect to see him hanging around the Armenian luxury car dealership he's working for.
So you giving me a lecture about not being a good enough gangbanger?
This is presumably Franklin's best friend Lamar. He's described as a slightly more unhinged, unpredictable gangbanger than Franklin. No doubt he'll end up being a liability in some missions. He's also got a broken dog lead in his hand, so he's presumably the owner of that mean dog from the previous trailer.
That's all we got? That's our heritage.
The billboard in the background says, "I married my dad." Not sure what that's about. Perhaps reality television satire? That's a smart shirt, Franklin. We're noticing a lot more clothing options for characters in these trailers. While you can't lose and gain weight and muscle like in San Andreas, it seems there'll be plenty of options to customise your character.
I thought we was trying to get out of this bullshit.
You sounding more and more like a snee-eye itch every day.
This is the Imponte Ruiner as seen in GTA 4, which is inspired by the Pontiac Firebird and Chevy Camaro. A shot from inside a helicopter. Does this mean there might be a cockpit view added to the game? It's something that's been modded into the PC version of GTA 4, but it's never been a priority for Rockstar before. Why is there always a strip club? This is definitely one situation where the multiple lead characters shows you very different sides of Los Santos. This is so far removed from Michael's sequence.
I sound like somebody trying to make some paper and not get killed.
Oh, my bad, Mr. Gold Card.
It seems the name of the strip club is Vanilla Unicorn. The combination of a flavour with a horned beast makes us think it might have been inspired by Spearmint Rhino. That'll be a Sanchez dirt bike. You can just see the end of the name on the rear. And that's an Infernus in the background, one of the GTA series stalwarts. This sequence takes place in Los Santos' version of Los Angeles' dry canals. With that Sanchez, it's deeply reminiscent of the chase scene in Terminator 2. And is that Michael driving the truck?
Ah, gangster shit.
Good luck shooting down a helicopter with a shotgun, mate.
You ain't got no respect.
That dog looks really nasty.
I got respect for reality.
Those are some fancy lighting effects right there. This is a much better looking game than GTA 4.
Enjoy them hoes, homie.
Yeah, whatever.
The final trailer follows Trevor, who is a lunatic who deals drugs out in the desert near Los Santos. He and Michael are old friends, and as Michael slips back into a life of crime, their paths cross again. The theme music for Trevor's trailer is Waylon Jennings' Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way?
I ever tell you about Trevor?
Trevor is Michael's old best friend. He's an ex-military pilot, drug dealer, redneck, and apparently a werewolf.
Major drug dealer.
Kind of have to wonder what Trevor spends his big-time drug dealer money on. This place is a shithole. He's turned his trailer into a meth lab.
Real.
Also a shithole, Sandy Shores, the small town with a population of 3,000 that he lives in.
Hillbilly type shit.
Bring me my coffee, I'm gonna cut your arm off. Oh, it's the same old tune, fiddling.
Forget the beat-up Jeep/pickup. Look, there's a tractor behind it. Watch your back, Farming Simulator.
Back in town, baby, yeah!
Please, just go and ruin somebody else's home furniture.
As an ex-military pilot, Trevor is the one who gets almost immediate access to aircraft, like this crop-dusting biplane.
New in town.
Trevor seems properly unstable. Here he is choking out a nice old couple. You gotta wonder what brings these three together. Oh, and the car spotting continues with a convertible cheetah in the background, based on a Dodge Viper.
I'm making friends, alright?
Seems he's not averse to torturing people either. Really nasty piece of work.
A lot of friends. I mean, things could get really messy.
These two look like triathletes, a cyclist and a runner. Triathlon, so swimming, cycling and running, is confirmed as another of the activities you can participate in the game. Up an Atom, an atomic-themed diner with a rocket outside, how very Fallout. Trevor really does seem fond of punching people.
Just keep him away.
A truly horrific portrait of Jimmy and Tracy, Michael's kids back there.
For me and the children.
Nice new tits, by the way.
Nice new tits. Clearly Amanda has met Trevor before, back when he and Michael were buddies. She doesn't sound too keen on him these days. A drug dealer in his pants. Shades of Breaking Bad there.
What is wrong with you?
Check out the sign for the Lost, the same biker gang that featured in the Lost and Damned Liberty City episode. Rockstar have already said there'll be cameos from minor characters from GTA 4. Does Johnny Klebitz count as a minor character? With the way the Lost and Damned ended, we wouldn't be surprised if he'd moved out west. There's that wind farm from the very first trailer. Also, the gasoline can is actually a weapon. You can set a trail of gas with it and set it on fire using your lighter.
Abandonment issues? I see a shrink once a week.
Well, the first step is admitting you have a problem, we suppose. This sequence where you're defending a plane by firing from the wing looks great. Also, check out the lightning. Here's hoping for good weather effects.
Shot, amigo.
Is this Trevor jacking a helicopter in mid-air or someone attempting to board his helicopter? We can only imagine the stunt videos if you can hijack aircraft in the sky. Fingers crossed for a fully operational cross-state rail system, maybe as a quick travel option. Also, what exactly does Trevor have against trains?
Boy!
This guy's clearly inspired by Juggalos. It seems Fatal Incursion might be GTA's version of the Insane Clown Posse.
Massage!
No, I really
Do you want me to get my dick out again?
But I don't think Hank done 'em this way. No, I don't think Hank done 'em this way.
So that's your lot, 3 trailers rammed with little details. If we missed any, let us know in the comments, and if you found this useful, please like, subscribe and share. See you next time on Outside Xbox.